Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to Trepacer Saturday Reviews. As I mentioned in my in-bed blog this morning, I watched this movie yesterday, Z For Zachariah. Okay, this starring Chajor Ejiofor. I think I didn't butcher his name. It's John Loomis, Margot Robbie as Anne Burden, and Chris Pine as Caleb. It's just a three-person movie, actually, and it basically takes place after basically a nuclear war has happened. A disaster has basically wiped out most, the civilization has been wiped out, and basically you begin the movie basically with one woman, one person, Anne Burden, played by Margot Robbie. She lives in this sort of like valley, uh, place on a farm, where her father had a church, and then they have the barn and then the main house, and of course she thinks she's there by herself. Her family had went out to investigate and never came back, the events of the war, and never came back, and so she's kind of made a life for herself, in this little area that's kind of been protected from the fallout, and she goes about her daily tasks of getting water and getting food and hunting, with her dog companion, and she lives in, like, she has no electricity, running, of course, because everything's out because of the war and stuff, and she makes sure that she has a Geiger counter with her that makes sure she doesn't drink any water that's contaminated and stuff, and she has a nice little safe existence, and you can tell she's very, she's religious. Her father was a preacher, I think, was a preacher, and of course she has faith, and one day when she's out and about, she stumbles upon another survivor, a character named John Loomis, played by Chijawara Ejiofor. He was I think a biochemical engineer who was basically underground when the bomb happened. So of course when it happened he was protected, and then of course he made his way out, and of course at first he becomes sick because he actually drinks the water that's infected, and kind of bathes in it, and basically Anne Burden takes care of him, while he's recovering, and then they start to lead kind of a little existence, they form a little, little companionship there where, he's helping her out. But John Loomis has his faults. He has a quick temper, and, he likes to get drunk, but he's also very helpful, and like I said, he's smart, and he actually comes up with an idea to try to help the farm get some more electricity. Okay, and of course, being the only two people around, they get to know each other more, and like I said, they start to form a kind of relationship. But John Loomis' character kind of, well, I don't want to spoil too much of it by getting too deep into it, but they form a little, the little partnership there, and they have a relationship, and then into this relationship enters a third party, Caleb, played by Chris Pine, who he comes in and explains where he's been and stuff, and what he's been doing and where he was hoping to go, and he's like the third party into this mix, and of course his presence totally changes the whole dynamic of the relationship between John and Anne. And this movie I thought was very well done. The acting I thought was top notch in this. Direction, beautifully filmed. The movie's only like 98 minutes. I kind of wish it was longer, but I think the main thrust of things that happen in the movie happened, and this movie does kind of leave you wanting for certain things. They sort of leave things up to the imagination, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, without spoiling things. But again, these three actors do very well, I think, with the material that they're given, and I thought it was a really well acted movie, and really, it's an emotional movie, and especially with three characters, all the emotions and the tension are heightened because it's, like I said, it's only three people in the whole movie, so things get heightened and certain characters act certain ways without spoiling it. And I thought Margot Robbie was great as Anne Burden. I thought she was really good. She showed another side to herself. She was stripped down, no makeup and all. So it's just a girl a young, naive girl who had her faith, who was trying to survive. and Cheating with Ejiofor I thought was really good. It's this John Loomis. You can tell this guy's, you know, he's smart, really smart, but like I say, he's also volatile and has a temper. And of course, Chris Pine's character is like a bit of a rogue, you know, a charmer at the same time. I thought he was really good as well. And again, like, you know, a lot of people may think, well, in my opinion, at least, I think a lot of people may want it to, I at least wanted the movie to be a little bit longer and wanted to see more, but for what it is, I thought this movie was very well done. I thought it was really good, a lot of tension in there, and relationships and human nature. A lot of that you see, you know, things that happen between, you know, between men and women in a basically horrendous situation. Yeah. Okay, and I thought all three actors did a great job. I'm gonna give Z for Zachariah. I'm gonna give it a 7.8. Okay, I kind of wish it was longer. It was like only 98 minutes, but you get the point of the movie. Even though I kind of wish it was longer, just you know, because I enjoyed the characters, okay, and wanted to see a little bit more. But the way they kind of leave it, it kind of leaves it open-ended, which I think is a good way, you know. But and you can interpret it any way you want to, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But I enjoyed the movie a lot, and I definitely would recommend you watch it. Again, Z for Zachariah, 7.8. There's another movie that's called the. Hold on, I'm trying to get the name of it that I want to get. It was with Harry Belafonte. It was similar to this. That it came out in the 50s, I think, or the 60s. It was called the with Harry Belafonte, Mel Ferrer, and what's his and what's I forgot the lady's name. And Inga Stevens, that's her name. I can't think of the name of the movie, but I know it was Harry Belafonte, Mel Ferrer, and Inga Stevens. It was, I think, basically the same premise, the end of the world type of thing happened, and you had the woman, and then the man, you know, the black man came along, and they had a little, and then a third party came into the movie to kind of, you know, to change the dynamic. And I guess this is similar, but I think this is based on a different. This is based on a book, I think. I don't know if it was the same book or not. I'm not sure about that, but it has a similar. I think the wind. I can't remember the name of the movie, but again, it has Harry Belafonte in it, Mel Ferrer, and Inga Stevens, and it was a similar thing. It was made in the 50s, I believe. It could have been the 60s. Oh, The World, the Flesh, and the Devil. Okay, that's what. But I don't think this is a. I don't think this is a remake of that. I think this is based on something else, but it has a similar theme to it. Anyway, again, I'll give it a 7.8, and definitely recommend it. Good acting in it, and definitely worth watching. So anyway, let me know what you think of it. Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.